Day 9, Radio Free Skaro Fluid Links Advent Calendar. The question from Guitarist Jams, is this: would it be cheaper and more likely to get done to hire actors to reenact and refilm missing Doctor Who episodes instead of using animation?
It would, but should we? It depends on, like, the Mission of the Unknown that was done by those students is pretty stellar. Are you going to get that every time? Maybe.
They took it very seriously.
They
as
did.
well, and that's what helped to sell it.
Yeah, and they really knew their stuff with what 60s stuff should look like, because it does feel like you're watching the 60s.
It really
It does. Like when they were fixing the rocket ship, and well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
If there was that amount of passion that went into everything else, I'd be curious to try it out. Animation, at the end of the day, animation would be cheaper though, wouldn't it?
Probably.
No, animation is expensive, generally
It
speaking.
does get
I mean,
expensive,
if
but
you're-
look how many animated kid shows there are out there as opposed to like live action kid shows.
But that's because of bulk. That's because of you get a deal for X amount of them, and that's how you can, and you reuse assets over and over and over and over and over again. So
that is essentially why
Kinda
they
like-
have been editing,
kinda like why,
animating all these
kinda like
Troughton
why-
stories. Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
I was going to say it's kind of like why Rocket Robin Hood and Amazing Spider-Man
Yes.
were.
Oh, and many, many others.
Yeah.
But then you look at like Adventure in Space and Time, which is kind of a variation on this, although not cheap. But just look at the stuff that they were quote unquote reenacting, and if you could do that, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But they were also reenacting bits and pieces. Like you have the dude playing the Mondasian Cyberman with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. You have the one guy playing the Zarbe or the Vortis or whatever it was. That was cut. They were there for a scene, not to mount an entire.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
6 episode production.
Just pretend that they do that. It would be nice to see that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, obviously.
It's funny how like we are so beholden to something that actually is like original from the original episode, that being the audio. You know, I can't imagine us like getting past, it's fine, I suppose, to do Mission to the Unknown because we don't have any of the regular cast. We're not having someone have to impersonate William Hartnell or anything like that. So to have someone actually impersonate Patrick Troughton, like that is such a difficult thing. And then he has to look like him, and I think just like a fan film, wouldn't it? Kind of.
Oh, kind of, which is what it would be. But I think something like the Feast of Stephen, I could happily let that one go as a test subject.
Yeah, true.
That was
see what you can do with that, whether it's David Bradley or not.
and yeah, as a one-off Christmas special, David Bradley as William Hartnell in TV's Doctor Who in the Feast of Stephen. That would
I'm
be
good with that.
Yeah, because I mean, like the cops in that episode,
Yeah.
they can be anybody.
And you do it live. That's one of the keys. You do basically as live.
And here's the thing:
Multi-cam
nobody will
video
watch it because we are the only people who care about that.
So what?
You, me, a few specialists we know in England.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So,
that's the
and if
best
you want to talk
idea.
about doing it live, if you're doing it live, it better be a live stream on Twitch because the BBC ain't paying for that.
That's true. Oh, we got to have that now. What is it? December 9th? We got like 2 weeks to mount this. Let's do it. Let's get Feast of Stephen remake live on Christmas Day with David
Can I
Bradley.
please play the part of David Bradley's agent? Who the bloody hell are you? Go away. Click.
And you really could have them in London, 1965.
Oh my God, you could do it. It's just, it's right there, BBC. Why do we have to keep making this show for you? Why do we have to keep coming up with the best ideas on this podcast for you?
I'm going to make this very meta right now. Lego remake. Dun, dun, dun. That sound you just heard was the universe popping in on itself.
Lego remake. That would never happen.